Steph is amazing. He's still in his prime. We threw up the numbers yesterday of just Steph in his 30s. And it's starting to remind me of Jerry Rice in his 30s. Now, LeBron James can make the same argument, right? But we're focused on Steph. That's our child. That's our baby up here. Forget LeBron. We want 5. We want to keep LeBron at 4. But he's averaging damn near 30 points a game as a 30-year-old. And yesterday, he showed no signs of slowing down. I mean, it's just really amazing. And does the age of the Warriors roster concern you? That's our YouTube poll question of the day. Does the age of the Warriors roster concern you? Steph's age doesn't concern me. Chris Paul looks like he's fitting in.
Is health correlated to age?
I don't think so.
I don't either. For example, if you look, and also I don't think physique does either.
Grant Hill was very young and in his prime.
We were just talking about Andrew Bynum, and Spadoni, and I was like, Andrew Bynum looked like a young stud.
Brandon Roy.
Brandon Roy's a great example.
Penny Hardaway.
I mean, I look at this kid right now, Anthony Richardson, who's playing for the Indianapolis Colts.
Mm-hmm.
He walks into a room, and I guarantee he looks like an Adonis.
No doubt.
Like a Greek god.
No doubt.
And the guy can't stop getting hurt.
Yep.
Trey Lance, you and I stood next to him. Guy's humongous. For some reason, he keeps getting hurt. Like, it happens. Age is not correlated to health. Now, are there certain people who are injury prone, which Guru brought up yesterday in the summit, talking about Chris Paul?
Right.
Absolutely, there is a correlation to usage rate, and you get to the playoffs, and you're the primary guy.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, he has worn down. I believe in that.
Yep.
But I look at how they're going to be able to allocate minutes on this team, what his role is on this team, the load he won't have to shoulder. I'm not as worried about Chris Paul and his injury history on this team.
Nope.
I'm really not.
Nope. They'll manage him well. Dr. Rick Celebrini is one of the best in the business. They'll load manage when they need to. They'll know when to give him the proper rest in this role. You know, Mark teased it yesterday during the summit. It was like the new lineup. And it was Kuminga starting and Wiggins starting and Trace Jackson Davis starting, who, by the way, Trace Jackson Davis can have a role on this basketball team.
You like him, huh?
I do like him.
What is it?
I like the finishing. I like the hands. I like the way he rolls to the basket.
Mm-hmm.
And he knows his role. Mm-hmm. Set hard screens, roll to the basket, rebound, and just be a guy in the middle of the paint to make it hard on bigs. He is something not special, but he's
I think
the
he's a
piece we're
solid
looking
role
for.
player.
It's not even like David West.
No, he's just a solid role player. Like, when you played 3-4 years in college for a high-level program, I feel like you understand the game on a certain level.
No, you do.
And his hands are there. His body is there. Like, I think he's ready to give you 7-8 minutes.
No, and I think he could give you 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay.
Yesterday he gave you 25 minutes, nearly 24-52, basically 25 minutes, 13 points, 10 rebounds. And he used his fouls. I'm not mad at that. TJD is going to be a player in this team.
Is that what we're calling him?
TJD, Trace Jackson Davis. You want to continue to say Trace Jackson Davis?
I don't know. I was just saying whatever's easier. TJD, I like that.
TJD, I guess. TJD.
Whenever you go JD, I'm going MJD. You know, Maurice Jones-Drew.
I thought you was going Mad Dog 2020.
Oh, well, that too. That's MD2 too.
Yeah, that's
Let's
MD2
go, dog. Mad Dog 2020 was shout out Frank's Liquors on Mission Street.
888-957-9570. 888-957-9570.
Do you guys know what?
9570.
Wait a minute. Do you guys know what Mad Dog 2020 is?
No, they probably don't. They're too young.
They have. Look at him. He's shaking his head.
888-957-9570.
It was an alcohol.
It was a terrible alcohol.
Do you know about Say Night Special Brew?
I know Mike and the Mad Dog. There you go.
Say Night Special Brew?
No.
No, we don't.
Boons?
Let's move on.
Do you know about Peak 4 Loco, Shasta?
Oh, I know all about 4 Loco.
I never had a 4 Loco.
They changed it since 07, 08.
Yeah, I mean, people were like passing out off those things.
Yeah.
They were chugging 4 Locos.
Now it's all about that water, that liquid death.
You Steel Reserve 211?
Oh, Steel Reserve.
I used to chug one of those to get ready for the club. They will get you going.
Also a caller here. Haven't heard from him in a while.
Oh, yeah, Steel Reserve. Yeah, that's right.
Was he a caller? Oh, that's right.
He was a caller, 211. He's a Raider fan, though, so he probably is turned off on us. 888-957-9570. Has the age of this Golden State Warriors roster been overrated? Is age really going to be a factor at the end of the day? Because old teams do win in the playoffs. They do. We had the data. But you also got to have a couple young guys involved or whatnot.
In their prime.
888-957-9570. We're efforting in the phone lines here. I know you guys are calling. Give us a second here. New Studio Blues. Keep calling. 888-957-9570. I see you calling right now.
In terms of physical peak performance, I have a hard time, even though he has had some injuries the last couple of years, I have a hard time saying that Steph is out of his peak physical performance window.
Where's any signs? Where are the signs of him slowing down?
Well, I can hear the Aaliyah song in my head. Age ain't nothing but a number.
It's not. It really isn't. Not
right?
for Steph Curry.
That's what I'm saying. So Andrew Wiggins, is he in his physical peak form?
I feel like he is.
Okay. How about GP2?
Yes.
Okay. Even though he was injured last year with the core,
Looks healthy now.
He looks a lot better. How about Jonathan Kuminga?
He hasn't even scratched the surface.
Right. How about Moses Moody?
Hasn't scratched the surface.
Okay, now we can start having conversations about maybe other guys. And I know there's other guys that might play a role on this team. Like, I don't know about Corey Joseph. We'll put him to the side. CP3, yeah, he's a little long in the tooth.
Yep.
But he looked pretty good last night. And I'm not saying that the guy needs to be a physical thoroughbred night to night.
He's what they've been looking for since Sean Livingston retired.
The brain is more important than the body for me.
Sean Livingston, I think people forget, we love S. Doc Carter. Sean Livingston out there living in Vegas. Hopefully he's doing well. I know he's taking some time off from the game, but he's going to be back in the game of basketball very soon. We're one of the best dudes you'll ever meet. But he was a stabilizer for the second unit. Death, taxes, and a Sean Livingston fadeaway jumper. He just calmed everything down. And look, as the Warriors ran this fast-paced offense, what happened when Sean Livingston came in the game? Didn't they play a lot slower?
Yeah.
Did they slow the pace down a little bit?
Back you down.
Back you down.
And how many times did he go like this? He's dribbling. He's like, calm it down.
Him
and Iguodala.
That's what Chris Paul is.
You're so right.
We've been waiting. Like, we had the Brown Wadamakers, Bowling Ball Brad, whatever Kate Scott used to call him, Nico Mannion.
You mean Brad the Brick?
I mean, Brad was bad. Good dude, but he was bad. But they've been looking for that backup point guard for a while, and Chris Paul fits that bill.
I agree.
That's what, like, who cares? Like, the whole starting thing, we were talking about it yesterday. The starting thing was so overblown. Was he finishing the game? Was Chris Paul in the last 5 minutes? And I know Draymond wasn't there, and I know Looney wasn't there. Things may be different. But last night, Chris Paul was in that finishing lineup. He gave you damn near 30 minutes a game. 13, 9, and 6 is exactly what you want from your backup point guard. And, oh, by the way, the turnovers, they were down. 3 turnovers for CP3. So if the Warriors, who turned the ball over 22 times yesterday, that's a problem. They gave up 22 points off those 22 turnovers. If they could just limit the turnovers to get back into 12 to 14 range, and you have a ball handler like Chris Paul is going to get you in the right set, there's a lot of worries that I had coming into the season that have now gone away.
Well, and if you're going to make the argument about age and health for the Warriors,
right,
which are fair, that is going to be a conversation for a lot of teams. But also look at around the West. Now, Denver, put them to the side.
Right.
I don't think Jamal Murray is going to suffer another leg injury, but you never know. But like I don't want to even say that out loud. That feels gratuitous to even put that into the ethos.
But Michael Porter Jr. has had back issues.
He has.
And it's still a thing for him.
Absolutely. Okay, put them to the side. Look at Phoenix's roster. Bradley Beal's missed a ton of time because of injury,
Yep.
and Kevin Durant has been injured basically for the last 3 or 4 years.
Right.
Okay? And then I look at the Clippers, okay? Look at those two players, Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. When was the last time you got a full season out of those guys?
It's been a long time.
The Lakers, Anthony Davis. His nickname is Street Clothes. His nickname is Street Clothes. Okay, now let's look at New Orleans.
Right. Zion Williamson.
I watched, by the way.
Even Brandon Ingram.
I watched your guy. Come on, what's the guy for Orlando?
Oh, Paulo Banchero.
Went right by Zion.
Coast to coast.
And
They
Zion,
dunked all over him.
What was he doing?
I mean, Paulo's special.
If there's
man.
two players who's...
I love you some Paulo.
No, Paolo Banchero, I would bet on his future over
Yes,
Zion's.
all day long.
Which I
All
can't
day
believe
long.
I'm saying.
Paulo Banchero. I've been a day one since he shut it out, or YF and I.
So my point being is that if you look around the West, forget the East, just the West, injuries galore are an issue for all of these teams and how you manage it. Luka Doncic, they deactivated them down the stretch last year. And I mean, does anyone trust Kyrie?
Yeah, nobody does. Even Luka gets hurt. Well,
he's out of shape.
So is age being overblown with the Golden State Warriors team?
I just think it's
because you look at the history of the league.
Yeah, I think it's too over the top is what I'm saying.
It is. It is over the top. It is over the top. You could have old guys in this league. Young teams don't win. They don't. Shaq and Kobe got swept every year until Phil Jackson came aboard. They couldn't win. They couldn't win.
This is the era of the old athlete. Tom Brady.
Yep.
All right, what's your guy in tennis that you love?
Djokovic.
Djokovic, right?
Yep.
All these older guys are dominating tennis still to this day.
Novak Djokovic.
Yeah, all right. And then look at baseball.
Serena had a long run.
Right.
Serena Williams.
I mean, Justin Verlander is 41, 42 years old. He might have had the greatest season of his career just one season ago.
Weird. That's crazy how that happens, how he has the best season at age 40 as a pitcher.
Are you suggesting something?
Oh,
his career
is very
ERA
interesting
is like
how that happens. I don't know.
He's just suggesting that Justin Verlander has a really, really good work ethic.
Kershaw had
Max
a great
Scherzer.
year this year.
Max
He pitched
Scherzer.
Max Scherzer. Like, go around sports. These guys are, like, the great ones are better, longer than ever before.
And they understand how to take care of their bodies.
Absolutely.
They understand how to work. They understand when to go full go. You know what I mean? And so my concern is not the age of this basketball team. Can you be healthy going into the playoffs?
Yes.
Because this system, this style of basketball still gives a lot of teams problems.
Absolutely.
And yesterday looked like a connected basketball team. I know they were down 18, and there's some blow-bys they need to work on defensively. A lot of guys are just driving by them. Kings are a fast team. They're younger, more athletic, but you saw once the Warriors put their foot to the gas pedal there at the dress rehearsal, Steph went Steph. He went nuclear. And as long as you got Steph Curry, you got a shot. You do got a shot. If they're within striking distance and you have Steph, you have a shot.
If Steph Curry wins this championship this year, and teams win it, but if he and Chris Paul and the rest of the Warriors win it, you got KD, the only championships he's going to get, because that's the way I believe, and you got Chris Paul. Think of what he will have done for those guys' careers.
That would be unbelievable.
Because Dwayne Wade got a ring without LeBron.
He did.
And I think people have kind of forgotten that.
Well, they forget how good D-Wade was. D-Wade just got inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame.
D-Wade's one of my favorite players ever.
And going back and watching those highlights, again, I'm getting older. I'm a Virgo. So I get a little emotional watching some of my favorite players get inducted into the Hall of Fame. Even Dirk Nowitzki and Paul Gasol.
I love Dirk.
D-Wade's up there. He brought his dad up there. I start shedding tears, dude, because I think people forget D-Wade's one of the best two-way shooting guards the league has ever seen.
Well, I thought that first Heatles version, that first year, even though they didn't win it all, thought it was the greatest perimeter defense I've ever seen in my life.
Dude, him and LeBron.
It was ridiculous.
It was like Pippen and Jordan.
When that alley-oop picture, whoever got that picture,
was
that might be the greatest picture in sports history.
D-Wade was special. And he was able to empower other players around him. Steph Curry's in that stratosphere. And that's why when we talk about eras, the LeBron era, no, we're in the Steph Curry era.
Yes.
From 2014-15, this league has been dominated by number 30. Don't be afraid to say it. This is the Steph Curry era. And if they win a ring, and it'll be Chris Paul's first ring, are you kidding me?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that will submit the Steph Curry era.
We've talked so much like, he got JaVale McGee a ring. JaVale McGee in the lore of the NBA, and it's not disrespectful, but like, Chris Paul is someone that ESPN has talked about for 15 years.
I mean, he's one of the best point guards in the history of the league.
And what's the one thing he's missing?
A ring. He's got everything. Assists, all-stars, all NBA teams. He was very good defensively. He's helped out teams.
Part of Larry Bird's lore,
seriously.
Part of Magic Johnson's lore, Kobe, all the great Jordans, is the guys that wanted to team up with them late in their career and get rings. And I know Karl Malone and Gary Payton didn't get that ring with the Lakers. Gary did get it with the Heat.
Miami. Think about Bob McAdoo with the Lakers. Think about Bill Walton with the Celtics.
Will Chamberlain went to the Lakers.
Dennis Johnson getting traded from Phoenix to Boston after winning one with Seattle. You think about these teams that want to team up with the veterans, Wiley veterans. People forget John Sally joined the Bulls for the second three-peat. Now, he wasn't a factor, but he was on that team. Robert Parrish was on that team.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? And so if Steph was able to do that, you got a shot, man. This league is like the NFL. The NBA is wide open this year. I don't think there's a clear-cut favorite. I know everybody's going to hop on Denver. Losing Bruce Brown's going to hurt them.
Well, and Mike Malone.
He talked a lot.
I'm out on Mike Malone.
Well, he talked a lot. He talked a lot at that parade. A lot of people took those. Let's go to